Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. And a lot of you are contacting me saying they're getting a little frustrated because you're having trouble, quote unquote, selling clear aligner or selling clear correct or selling Invisalign. And I want to clarify how we do it in our office and how I instruct, most doctors to do it. Unless you're moving into a very new or rural community that has never had access to clear aligners before, you don't want to do it the old-fashioned way, which is, hey, we do Invisalign. We can fix your smile. We can give you a better smile. We can straighten your teeth. No, the consumers are bombarded with this message for the last 10 plus years from direct to consumer. They know that Invisalign can do that. And if they see a big Invisalign logo on your wall, they know that you offer that and they will ask you if they want it. I don't recommend putting up any of the clings, any of the doodad sales stuff that they give to you or they sell to you, or they want you to buy in your office to make it quote unquote an Invisalign practice. Absolutely not. That's tacky. Do not do that. That's how we did it 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 18 years ago. And it worked back then. But now consumers they will be very upset if you put that up. So this is how you want to do it. You want to approach clear aligners like any other medical treatment or dental treatment that you offer in your office that's going to benefit the patient. It can be something that's recommended. So your patient there's going to be a few that will walk in, they'll say, hey, I saw on your website you offer Invisalign, can you tell me about that? Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with in your questionnaire, having some type of smile questionnaire. And as a matter of fact, we think we have a template in our document base. It's free for any of our premium or a la carte or VIP members. Will definitely give you access to any and all of our paperwork where you can have a smile screening. How do you feel about your smile? Do you want it wider? Do you want it brighter? There's nothing wrong with you having that on your intake forms. And then if they're marking positively on anything, well, boom, whitening case, boom, Invisalign case, easy breezy, okay? But for the other 98% of the patients in your office, you are gonna do an occlusion check. You're going to do an oral health check as part of your comprehensive new patient screening, as part of your comprehensive recall patient screening. And I'm actually going to be I have one already for little kids under age 10. It's called My Phase 1 Smile, and it's a screening form you can go through. It quantifies, it gives a number, and you can give it to the patient, the parent, and you can say, hey, look, little Sally got a 20. That means that phase 1 treatment is recommended. She has these following issues that are going on with her mouth, this impacted canine, and it quantifies it and it makes it shows value. It shows proof that they need something. We're going to be doing the same for adults. Now, you can let me loose in any GP office and, on a regular hygiene day, and you maybe have 10, 20, 25, 30 potential starts in that office. I can probably make starts out of half of them, but it can't be in a salesy way. It's just in an informative way. And I don't mean I'm going to make starts out of half of them that day, in the next year or two, because all you're doing is you're educating your patient as to the conditions, the dental conditions they have, letting them know that you are concerned about these conditions, letting them know that it's very likely that these conditions are being caused by an imbalanced bite or a not stable bite, or improper bite, depending on what's going on. I mean, is there overjet? Is there cross bites? Is there lingually inclined teeth? Are these causing abfractions, attrition? Are these causing crowding, which is causing perio? There's so many different things that can be caused. So there's about 20 different things you're gonna look at. So I'm gonna be creating a form, and I think it's gonna be called My Comprehensive Smile Index or something like that. It's still in the works. Okay, it's not ready yet. And it's going to be available to anyone who attends any of our webinars, anyone that does any type of sessions with us, anyone that makes a phone call with us. If you engage with us, we will give you a copy one way or another. Not, just engage with us. That's all it is. We're not going to just put it up on the internet, but you have to let us know that you want it and introduce yourself, and we will definitely give you a copy of it once it's created. But this will be something that you could send home with your patient. Hey, you've got a score of 30 because you have the following conditions, tick, 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 tick. My goal as your general dentist, as your primary care dentist, is to have you keep your teeth for a lifetime. We don't ever want you losing or having to extract any teeth due to health issues, because it's a lot more expensive for you to replace them, later. And hey, we do implants. We're happy to do your implants, but, bone grafts, implants, the time, You know, I mean, it's not cheap and it's not fully covered by insurance ever. So, I mean, rarely. So it's going to be a lot cheaper for us to get your bite right now and hopefully prevent some of these problems to have. Plus, I mean, added bonus, if you're ever looking for a slightly straighter smile, it's going to do that too. So we just want to let you know that the technology is excellent. We have a lot of experience with it. Or you can even say we can say, we're going to let you know that this would benefit you. There are 2 different ways that you can get this treatment. We can refer you to an orthodontist down the street. I have a couple awesome ones that I work with. Or because your case is not too difficult and we do have a lot of experience in clear aligner, we've taken a lot of advanced education. General dentists can do specialty work. This is a case that I feel confident with, that we'd be glad to treat you in office. Our price might be a little more competitive, but either way, the main thing for us is that we want you to get treated and want your teeth and your bite and your mouth and your oral health to be healthier. That's our ultimate goal. Boom, that's my scripting there. You give them the paper, and a lot of times they look super interested, but they're like, oh, I gotta ask my husband, I gotta talk to my husband, that's a big investment. Great, they take that paper home with the score and the check marks. They're not gonna forget, all the issues. And they may not bite, like I said. I can guarantee you 50% will start within 2 years, a year or 2. They'll come back, for their recall visit, and you're gonna revisit it. You're gonna do another scan, you're gonna calculate another score, and if the scores keep getting worse or stay the same, they're gonna be concerned, And I like to tell them, malocclusion is a progressive disease. It rarely gets better. It almost always gets worse. So something that is easy for us to fix now may not be easy for us to fix later. And you can even let them know. That's another thing you can say. Right now, your case isn't that difficult, but if it gets worse, you will have to be seen at the orthodontist in order to do treatment. That's another thing that you can say, because you're not guaranteeing that you're going to be able to do this forever. If it gets significantly more difficult and a tooth gets more tipped or something like that, and maybe it's not as easy to upright it anymore, and maybe you don't want to take this case, and maybe they will have to refer out. So you're not saying that your services will be available to them forever. You're saying your services are available to them right now, and if the case gets more difficult, they will need to see an orthodontist. For some patients, that's not an issue. They don't care. But for some patients, they know in their head that's going to be more expensive. They know in their head it's probably going to be less convenient because the orthodontist has certain set hours, and maybe it's more of a kiddo practice, and it's maybe not meant to be as convenient. Other great idea to bring in even before you start actively doing this is to make sure that you have your iTero up and running so you can use the outcome simulator, because that's incredibly powerful. I would be scanning every single one of these patients, even if they get the score 30 and they say, I'm not interested right now, I understand that I have these conditions. You scan them all, not because they might start. You scan them all because it's great documentation. It's great record keeping. It only takes 2 minutes, or should you only take you 2 minutes or less. And the added benefit is they might give you a call in a few months and say, hey, I'm ready to start. Or maybe, hey, I'd like to have a retainer so that things don't get worse. Or maybe I want to have that night guard so things don't get worse. Night guard's not going to fix things, but it might help prevent things from getting worse, So, or maybe I want that bleaching tray. Once you have that data in there, if it's, not too long, not any more than I'd say 60 or 90 days, you can just press a button and order this stuff. It's so easy, right? So there's instant production right there at your fingertips when you have all this data in there. That's basically my suggestion. You scan them, you keep it there, you revisit it in a not salesy way at all, only in an educational way every either 6 to 12 months. If you want to do it every other visit, you can, in terms of the scan and the scoring. But in time, they will be anticipating those numbers, not unlike it's an accountability loop. Like, basically, you've got, when you go for your dental visit and they do probings and, it's 3, 4, 6, but, patients know, they know 20, 30 years ago when people weren't doing that, they're doing it now. And patients know that a 6 is bad and a 2 is good. And they're educated on that. So they remember what they had last time. And if their numbers are worse, it's going to bother them. They're going to probably want to do something about it. So it's an accountability loop that they can go home and tell the rest of their family, hey, I had a bad score on my screening exam for my occlusion. I'm concerned. I don't want to lose some teeth in the next 5 to 10 years. I think I need to do something about this so that I can keep my teeth for a lifetime and save money. That's all it is. So hopefully that got you super motivated to do things a little bit different in your office, to start using your iTero more, your scanner more, to start recognizing that your patients might not be buyer patients, they might be seller patients, and that you might have to educate them in order to complete that transaction. And all it takes is about 24 to 26 cases in 6 months, and you're already getting a volume discount. It's really not that hard to get there. You should be able to get there easily in a month if you're doing what I'm saying. All right, thanks so much.